2005, Rockstar released the very first portable Grand Theft Auto. The game is set in 1998 and acts as a prequel to GTA 3. It follows Tony Cipriani, a character we first met in Grand Theft Auto 3, but slimmer. And this game would be known as Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. Liberty City Stories would be Rockstar's first attempt at making a GTA game for the PSP. And well, I think they did a pretty good job. This game was groundbreaking to me, an entire GTA game that I can play anywhere. And a lot of people must have thought the same, as the game was incredibly successful. It ended up being the most sold PSP game of all time, with over 8 million copies sold worldwide. And it was even nominated for the Handheld Game of the Year award, but it lost to Nintendogs, which is fair enough, the game was pretty good.
Oh, well, that's alright then!
I loved this game. Despite the hardware limitations, Liberty City Stories really captures the feel of Liberty City, and it felt like a true GTA game. This game had everything from the cheat codes to the Easter eggs and the main protagonist with mommy issues. Liberty City Stories was one of the first games I owned in the PSP, and much like Vice City Stories, it ruined other PSP games for me. You see, these games felt so massive and detailed that your standard linear game just felt cheap. On top of that, the fact that I didn't need my PS2 to play a GTA game made my life so easy. My parents were separated and the PSP was incredibly easy to bring between houses. I didn't have to pack any consoles or games into a big box. Instead, I could just throw this in my backpack and not have to worry about setting anything up. So the fact that I had a portable Grand Theft Auto meant that I played these games much more than any other game. However, I was never too keen on the Liberty City Stories story, but like most GTAs, I mainly loved like the sandbox, open world and the cheat codes. I remember my friend writing an entire A4 page of cheat codes for me because I didn't have an internet connection. I would then just run around in a Rhino, make people's heads bigger, or obey traffic lights. I got hours of entertainment out of this game. So I always wondered, would this game hold up today? Our story follows Tony Cipriani, a character we met in GTA 3. Tony has just returned home to Liberty City, where he originally left to hide after killing a made man for his boss Salvatore Leone. Once back in town, Salvatore assigns him to climb the ranks back up to a made man, and Tony is pretty pissed because after all he's done, he has to start from the bottom and work his way back up.
Mr. Leone, I thought we got history. I mean, I've done a lot for this family. And now you're expecting me to take orders from this... Well, it just doesn't seem right.
But the only other person who's more upset about this is Tony's mother. She is completely embarrassed that her son is no longer a made man, to the point where she calls a hit on him.
I called a hit on you. It's really the only greatness for you.
What? Ma?
You were always a disobedient boy. It's for the best, son. At least try to die like a real man.
Yikes, what is it with GTA characters and their mums? But Tony agrees to Salvatore's request and begins completing work for the Leone family. And eventually, Tony builds Salvatore's trust, and Salvatore starts to assign work directly to Tony. Tony eventually helps make the Leone family the most powerful in the city by bribing officials, sabotaging rival gangs, and kink shaming.
Okay, ladies, it's milk time. Who's gonna be mama?
Oh my.
Ah, come on, girls, get with the program.
But jokes aside, this story is alright. It was one that I never really paid too much attention to back in the day. Outside of the over-the-top characters like Tony's mum, even after replaying it recently, I didn't feel too attached to any of the characters or really feel like much was at stake. Like when you compare this game to Vice City Stories and Vic's relationship with Mary or his brother Lance.
You came for me. No one ever really did much for me before. That's sweet of you.
Hey, come on, let's get you to a hospital.
I don't think there's much point in that.
Come on, Louise.
We could have had something special.
Yeah. We did have something special.
Make sure Mary Jo takes care of my baby.
Damn. I just feel like Liberty City Stories doesn't do much outside of the world building, which is fine. I don't think the story was that bad. It was alright, and it serves as a good opener to GTA 3. This game has a lot of good. It's a GTA title and world crammed into a 2005 handheld device. This alone shows how competent and amazing Rockstar is as a development company. The soundtrack of this game is iconic and arguably one of my more favourites from the GTA series. On top of that, it had 10 radio stations with a variety of music such as Get Me a Dog, Sing It Back, and Overture by Mozart. And of course it has the hilarious talk show station with exaggerated humour.
This is Chatterbox, hello. Please be a normal human being.
Aslo, your show sucks.
Dude, you're gonna get no argument from me. Today's show is rubbish. What do you want to talk about?
How come I can't eat people?
Okay.
I personally always really enjoy these talk shows, as it takes like modern day shows or concepts and heavily exaggerates them for comedy. The world itself is full of Easter eggs and GTA humour. It's a full-scale portable GTA world that you can explore, use cheats, go on rampages or follow traffic rules. But despite all this good, I did have a few issues with it. There are only a few things that I didn't really like about it. The main one being that this game really shows its age.
I'm 39, she's 20, so he came at me like, calling me a creep or whatever, and he was like saying that I had like a little dick at work and shit, and he got in trouble with YouTube.
Damn.
She was on the fence.
See, what do you think about that?
Its mission design is pretty formulaic and gets boring after the first 4 or 5 missions. Go here, shoot this, go home. Pair this with the fact that I wasn't overly invested in the story. I actually really struggled to finish this game. On top of all of that, the frame rate is incredibly unstable. I played both a PSP version and a PlayStation 2 version, and it always felt like I was playing at like 15 FPS. There was a constant slowdown where things loaded in, and at one point on the PSP I actually started to feel sick while playing it. But I understand that this was Rockstar's first attempt at pushing the boundaries of the PSP, and to be fair, it was a pretty decent first attempt, and my favourite part about it is that this first attempt allowed Rockstar to better develop a Vice City stories, which I do think is a better game.
Alright, baby, this is the Lance Vance Dance.
I didn't hate this game. In fact, I actually enjoyed playing it. Well, yeah, it does show its age, and it does only feel like an expansion of GTA 3. I would recommend playing it if you had a copy of it at hand. Thanks for watching, and why not check out my Vice City Stories review, or my supercut review of my 3 favourite GTA titles.